Hi, I'm Sheilaa Hite, world-class astrologer, tarot master, spellcaster, medium, and all-around magical being. And I'm here today to talk to you about this week's astrology. So it's going to be a very interesting week, and it's not a week that is not a week that has a whole lot of inherent grounding qualities to it. That is to say, if you're looking for total stability and being grounded, you're going to be asked to look for it and to create it as opposed to expect it to be there. That doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the picture. It just means that you're going to have to use different muscles. So let's begin. On Tuesday, the planet Mercury, the planet of communication, how we gather and process information, leaves the dreamy spiritual sign of Pisces and enters the bold exploratory sign of Aries. So the mind and speed and action are not necessarily compatible. Why? Because sometimes you move faster than you think. And if you move faster than you think, often you can get into trouble. So when Mercury enters Aries, you want to make sure that the song you're singing is not Fools Rush In. You want to really make sure that if an idea comes to you about how you need to move, that you think it through. Very important. Wednesday and Thursday and Saturday Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday have similar energy. That does not mean that we're going to skip a day, because if there's a predominant energy for the week, that's what it is. It's the entire week. So this week, we start out with Fools Rush In, or Think It Through, and then we move on to Thoughts and Illusions, and Actions and Illusions, and Values and Illusions. So we need to be careful, because Mercury, how we gather and process information, how we communicate, is together. We call it conjunct Neptune. Neptune is a great planet. It has to do with spirituality. It also has to do with all of the liquid on the planet, the oceans, the rain. It also has to do with illusion, deception, especially self-deception. So you need to be careful when Mercury is together with Neptune. And one of the things I look at is it real or is it Memorex? I don't know if you remember that old commercial for cassette tapes. Is it real or is it Memorex? Is this something that's really happening or that has real value? Or is this a copy? Or is this a facsimile? So you're going to have to spend more time and more energy and do a lot of, I wonder what this means, and I wonder what value this really has to me or the situation. And that's Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. That's also telling you that, again, it's the whole week. Now, when Neptune is near Mercury, and it's also near Mars, so how we take action, the way we think, the way we move, involved with is it real or is it Memorex, means you really need to take your time this week. No matter how important it seems to move now, breathe and put one foot in front of the other firmly. And as you do, you will have far less regret. Then on Sunday, we've got a lot going on, but we're still under the umbrella of Neptune. We have the planet Venus, values, relationships, peace and balance, sextile Uranus. We have Mercury, the mind, the intellect, communication, sextile Pluto. We have the Sun square Mars. Now, what all of that means is opportunities and action. Sextile aspects are opportunity aspects. If you don't do anything with them, nothing happens. So Venus, an opportunity to balance things, to bring diplomacy in. Sextile, giving you an opportunity to work with the higher mind, with the brilliance of life. Also, to work with and deal with unexpected happenings. So if you stay calm, Venus says, put the effort into staying calm, whatever comes your way, you can get the most from it. You can get the value from it. Mercury, again, how we gather and process information. Mercury sextile Pluto. Pluto is deep. It's knowing. It's extremely intuitive. It's transformational. So, a couple of things. Watch what you say, because the tongue can be very sharp and cut deeply. That's one with Mercury sextile Pluto. You have the opportunity to do that. Do you want to create mayhem, or do you want to create winning? Mayhem means there's going to be a whole lot of mess that you have to clean up. Winning means that those brilliant, insightful words that came to you through that deep intuition that Pluto provided, that means, wow, I listened and I followed directions and I came out on top. Sun square Mars. The sun is the ego, the life force, the heart. Mars is action, how we take action. It's just do it. It's move. And Mars can be telling you that there's conflict in the air. So you've got the ego and the possibility of conflict, or the ego and the possibility of getting something done well. Mars square, Sun square Mars. A square is an abrasive aspect, and it can be inharmonious. You really need to step back, notice what is real, because when you've got the Sun and Mars working together, they know nothing about patience. Individually, they know nothing. Together, they really know nothing about patience. So if you've got the Sun making an abrasive aspect to Mars, be very careful about what you do. Be very careful about how you're thinking about what you must do next. Generally, what you need to do next is nothing. And if you think you can't just do nothing, then patience and wait. Because this whole week is about understanding what is real and what is not real, what is of great benefit to you and what is of great detriment to you. So on that note, I say, have a great time, be good to yourself, and remember, I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something, and I will not let what I cannot do interfere with what I can do. Be kind. Bye.